Hey, my YouTube family, how everybody doing? I hope everybody having a good, happy Sunday, enjoying a July 6th. I hope everybody enjoying themselves. I had a blast yesterday, and the reason why I said yesterday, I have an uncle. He live in Florida, and he's married to a Jehovah Witness. So they never celebrate the 4th on the 4th, and they celebrated the 4th of July on the 5th. But they made it into a family event. It was nice. It was beautiful. I had tons of fucking fun. I had so much fun. And the way they did it, I like how they did it. They made it like a cookout. Some of them had on shirts. Um, I say out of 80 people, maybe 10 of them had on 2025 family reunion shirts. It didn't feel like a family reunion. I guess because it wasn't my family or anything like that, but it was my uncle in laws, and I had a blast. They invited us. I got to see some of my cousins and everything that's from Florida and everything. Even though I didn't know the whole family, I knew like majority or whatever. And the ones that didn't know us, they made us feel like family. I had a blast, and they had Monopoly money, and they had an auction, and you purchase stuff from the cookout slash family reunion or slash July 5th shindig or whatever it was. But it was nice. I mentioned that my uncle wife, she's a Jehovah Witness, so she don't celebrate birthdays and holidays. And they typically do stuff. I'm sorry. They typically do stuff the day before or the day after, which is so super cool. Because these holidays and everything, they're just days. They're days that man made up and people made up. That's like with me on my birthday. Sometimes I celebrate, if I had the money, I celebrate my birthday on my birthday. And if I don't have the money, I celebrate it another day, but it'd be within that month. And sometimes, a day is just a day. I like my little fan that I got from Amazon. It's so girly, it's so me, and I like it. I love it. It is so freaking feminine. But anyway, I had a blast with that. I dyed my hair today. I dyed my hair, and if my wig looked like I threw it on, I'm not a wig installer, so I don't know how to properly to install a wig. I don't know the proper procedures. I look up YouTube videos and try to look up a YouTube video and install it properly, but it never looked like how they do it. So I do what I gotta do, and I installed my wig. I put my wig on, and I dyed my hair because yesterday we took some family photos, and that grape was green. And as long as it's dyed, Chevette gonna forever dye her hair. I could be 90 years old, and I'm gonna have black hair. I'm not walking around with motherfucking gray hair. I'm sorry. And when the wrinkles kick in and the crow's feet kick in, I pray that I come into some money and I get rid of that too. And if I knew how to get rid of this fat, I'd get rid of that too. I am forever 25. I don't have a mind frame of a 25-year-old because most 25-year-olds are childish and weird and silly and immature. But I have the wisdom of a 46-year-old, but I am forever 25. Yes, 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 yes. But any fucking ways. Anywho, I done got that out of the way. Anybody that follow me know I ramble on. They know I ramble. I ramble, I ramble, I ramble. And at first I didn't like my new microphone. I thought it wasn't working. But I did a few videos or whatever. My lip gloss got on my cheek. I did a few videos or whatever, and I can hear myself exceptionally well. So that means you all can hear me too. So when I do my ranting and everything, you all get to hear me rant. So YouTube don't have to email me anymore telling me, oh, you're not making quality videos. People can't hear you. So you see me just fine and you hear me just fine. And I am gonna order me a microphone. It's this microphone that I saw, I think on Etsy's or whatever, and it's so fucking me. It got like glitter and rhinestones on it. And yes, I'm a woman of a certain age, and yes, I still like glitter and rhinestones, as long as it's not like childish looking. But I still like glitter and rhinestones. Hell, sprinkle, sprinkle, goddamn it. I'm forever feminine. That's what I am. Anyway, I done rambled for at least 5 minutes just talking about everything up under the sun. But this video is gonna be about black people on cruises. And the coming on a cruise, I guess they tired of black folks being on cruises, being ghetto as hell, and doing weird ass shit. A cruise is a vacation. You go on vacation to chill, relax up under the sun. Now I'm gonna give you my definition of how I feel like a cruise should be. I never been on a cruise, but I want to go on a cruise one day. My cousin and I, we went to Miami, and it was my first time on a plane, and I cried. Not that I was scared. I cried because I never been on a plane before, and it was tears of joy and emotion. Because she was like, "Why are you crying?" I was like, "These are tears of joy." I got to ride a plane. I got to ride a train and a subway because Atlanta, when you go to um, airport, they have a subway. It might not be a real New York subway. I don't want to be on a real New York subway from the horror stories I done heard. But I guess I shouldn't go by stories I heard or whatever. But hell, what I'm talking about, I'm going by what I heard. But anyway, I got to do 3 things in one day. And I'm just a regular working woman. Like, I haven't been to a lot of places. And I'm not ashamed or embarrassed to say that. I want to go places. If I had the money, I would travel the world. I would go more places. But me and my cousin, we're not speaking. And I felt the need to say that. I shouldn't have said that we're not speaking. But we're not talking anymore or whatever. But she was like, "Why are you crying?" I was like, "These are tears of joy." I said, "I've never been anywhere. I'm just so happy to be on you know, we was on a train at the time and we was in Miami. And if you ever been in Miami, you ever been to the airport, they have some type of train that take you to like the other side of the airport or whatever. And you like in this train and it's up in the air and you filled with like glass windows or whatever and you can just see outside of the train and it was so beautiful. It was like a train ride slash uh I guess roller coaster ride. I mean, it wasn't a roller coaster ride, but that's the best way I can describe it. And I thought it was so beautiful, and I just started crying because tears of joy. So when I say I cried, that's what I mean. I wasn't crying like, "Oh my God, I'm scared. Oh, I want to go home." No, it was those paper tears. It was tears of full joy. And I hope that one day I can come into money, whether it's into lottery or I meet a nice, well to do man, and we can travel the world. Somebody that got their head on right or whatever, and we could travel the world stuff I want to do. I just don't want to, work and go home, work and go home, work and go home. And that's what I do right now. But I'm not ashamed of it. And speaking of working and going home and traveling and everything, I was raised. Um, my mother raised me, and my grandmother raised me, and my grandmother, she taught me different stuff. My mama taught me different stuff as well. And I was always told, you act a certain way in public. You don't show your ass. You don't act crazy. You act ladylike. A lady should act a certain way at all times in public. And I'm not ashamed of where I'm from. I'm from the hood. They're gonna tear down Southside. I put that video up on my YouTube channel. That's where I was born and raised. I tell people all the time, I'm from the hood, but I do not act hood. And people that meet me and I tell them where I'm from, they be like, "Ooh, you don't act like you're from the ghetto at all. You don't act hood, or you don't act hood enough." Matter of fact, all my life I was told, they called me Black Casper because they say I don't act black enough. And, the real Casper was a friendly ghost. And they would call me Black Casper because of my dark skin. And they were like, "Oh, you don't act hood enough." And I've been called blackish. The real definition of blackish is a black person that came into wealth and they don't act hood or what black people think is black. So, now I know they had a TV show called Blackish, and it was a lot of biracials up there They can also be blackish, but the real definition of blackish, I tell people, if you want to know the real true definition of blackish, watch the Jeffersons. They was black people that came up into money. That's the true definition of blackish. Or French Prince of Bel Air. Mine is the mixed kids that they had in there. But the mom and dad, they was black and they came up. So that's really what blackish means. So all my life I've been told, oh, you Casper, you black Casper, you blackish. I've been told that I was fake because I won't act super ghetto and stuff like that. And I always been a working type of woman. And I work, I mind my business, I go to work. And when I was going to church, I'm gonna get back into church. I will go to church. I'm just a good citizen. I just try to do right. I'm a do gooder. But because of those things, I've been called names. And I also been called, the latest name I was called was neutral. Yeah, I was called neutral. Basically, I was told by a group of black women that I didn't have a personality and I wasn't acting like they were in hood. So I was called neutral. Like, okay, I'll be neutral. Oh, God. So, anyway, I'm bringing all this up because anybody that follow me know I ramble before I get to the fucking topic. I'm bringing all this up to talk about the black people on the Carmel cruise, and they talking about all these fights and stuff like that. And I feel like, yeah, they targeting a certain amount of people. They targeting ghetto black people. They're not targeting people like myself. I know how to act. Any situation you put me in, wherever I go, I know how to act. And I wouldn't want to spend my money, my hard earned money, on a freaking cruise and go on a cruise. And it's a lot of black people fighting. It's a lot of black people playing disrespectful music. Now, I did a video earlier about it, but I wouldn't want to hear that. And some rap music is not pleasing to hear. You know, rap music, I know I curse. And I'm not to the point where I curse because I'm grown. I'll be 46 next month. But I curse, but it's not like overly done. And some of this rap music, you hear bitch this and suck my dick this and this hoe this and this slut this and I make money on the streets selling dope. I don't know how to rap. But I wouldn't want to be on a cruise and I hear all that. A cruise is to relax. I want to go on a cruise one day. And I don't want to be frowned at or looked upon like I'm ghetto or whatever. And it's a lot of black people out there. And on this channel, I talk about black people, I talk about white people. But there's a lot of black people out there that don't know how to motherfucking act. You can see the damn stocking cap from my wig. I done already said I don't know how to install a wig. I'm not the best installer. I'm sorry. I'm just a natural human girl. Well, a natural human woman. I just want the best until I get the best. I just work with what I got. I'm not up here trying to act like I got something I don't. I'm just me. I guess I'm just neutral. But anyway, I heard about these like these carnival cruises you can go on and you can drink as much as you want to. Some people they don't know when is when. Like with me, I would drink a few. Well, I drink beer, I drink wine. I'm really not a liquor drinker because of something that happened some years ago. And I really don't drink liquor. I am not afraid to say liquor tear me up. Some people don't want to admit that, liquor get the best of them. I'm not a liquor drinker. So I wouldn't dare go on a cruise and will overdrink. Because some people, when they overdrink, they do act belligerent. And it's a lot of black folks. They go out there, they drink, and they think because, I guess it's free or it's unlimited, they can do what they want and they can act a fool. I won't be on no cruise. I wouldn't want to be on no cruise where it's fighting going on, um, excessive. rap music, constantly calling black women whores and bitches. I wouldn't want to hear that. And then they saying that on a lot of these cruises you can't bring your speaker. Well, you shouldn't want to intrude on anybody with your music. Let the carnival, they play their own music or whatever. They trying to create a vibe. You shouldn't have no big ass speaker and forcing people to hear, bitch, suck my dick. I grind for my money. I got all the golds in my mouth. And yes, I might sound ridiculous because I can't rap. I can't rap. But that's how rap music sound to me. Most of it. For most cases. That's what it sound like to me. You know? I like good old R&B or jazz music because I'm dark skinned. Somebody didn't believe that I listen to jazz music. Like, yeah, I think it's 92.2 here in Augusta. Yeah, I listen to the jazz station and driving and listen to jazz music. Man, I might end up in Atlanta or New York or somewhere. It just relaxes your mind and just take you there. I had somebody get shot because they didn't know that I like Sade. Like, yeah. They came to my workplace, intruding, black folks. They super rude. They were like, what you listening to? You listening to her? Yes, I listen to Sade. But anyway, not to get off topic. But it should be a certain way to act on a motherfucking cruise. Should nobody have to get up here and tell a bunch of black grown ass people how to act when going out when your mama and daddies, and if you didn't have a two-parent home, because I didn't have the traditional two-parent home. My mother and grandmother raised me, and then she married my stepdad. He really wasn't a father figure or whatever, but he was in the house, and I'm just being fucking honest, he was just in the house. But still, somebody should have taught you at a young age how to fucking act in public. Should nobody be posting up here how black folks should act? You should know how to act. Everywhere you go, you should know how to carry yourself. And I feel like in school, when I was coming up, they had prayer in school. And when I was coming up, they also taught us etiquette. They taught us a form of etiquette. Um, they taught us to cross our legs, the little girls to cross their legs. And when I was little, um, they made the girls wear shorts up under their dresses, and they had home economics when we got in middle school, and they would, tell the women how to wear their makeup and how to dress and everything. Everything was preparing you for the real world. We had parents that told us stuff. We had teachers that tried to guide us in the right direction. They wasn't just doing it, just trying to guide you in the wrong direction. They was giving you sound, good advice. And so many people now, they want to be their kids' best friends, and they want to be hip and cool or whatever, and they just act ratchet as hell. It's a lot of ratchetness in black neighborhoods and black communities, period. So going on a cruise, you shouldn't be showing your best ratchet behavior. You shouldn't be doing that. You should know how to act. And I never been on a cruise, but when I think of a cruise, I think of the Love Boat. And I think of the Love Boat. I think of, not saying I would go on a cruise hoping to find love or whatever, but they was well-to-do people. They was mainly middle age. What I say, 35 and up. And at 35, you should definitely know how to motherfucking act. All that fighting and shit, that's like young people shit. That's like kid shit. But they were 35 and up. They had careers or either a good job. And when I think of the Love Boat, even though they was actors, of course they had money, but they was actors betraying like regular people. They wasn't betraying anybody ratchet or hood or anything. They was like regular, actress and actors portraying working class, normal, decent people. Like you would probably watch The Love Boat, and they might have had like a couple going through a divorce, and that was the most drama it was on there. And at the end of the show, because it was just only a 1 hour show, you know, they'll rekindle and they'll be back in love. They wasn't on there fighting this shit. Like, like I don't think of going on vacation or going on a cruise to fucking fight. Like, really? Black people, we gotta do better. And you probably get on here and diss my wig and say my wig gotta get better. Yeah, it do. It gotta get better. Yeah, black folks, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. It's embarrassing. And then they had the little ghetto Waukeshas and the little Tomishas. They don't want black people on cruises. No, they don't want ghetto ass people on cruises. You should know how to act. You should know how to dress. Oh, and that's another thing I used to love about um, the Love Boat. When they showed these people, they would always show them in like this ballroom dance floor. I guess it was a club or whatever. They be drinking their wine or beer, whatever they was drinking back then. I don't know. And the women wore gowns. And my stepdad, his mom owned a barber shop and she owned a house and she used to go on a lot of cruises. And I can remember her packing her little glittery gowns and stuff like that to go on cruises and to go certain places. So when I think of a cruise, that's what I think about. I think about the Love Boat. I think about my I guess she was my step grandma. She was my real grandma because I had a grandma and I had a step grandma, and both of them was classy. They was ladies. They wasn't out here acting all hood and ratchet, and they wasn't walking around with bonnets on their head and fighting people. Like, that's tacky. They was church going women. But anyway, when I think of a cruise, I have glittery gowns in my head, nice shoes. Some black folks will call them church shoes, but stilettos or kitten heel or nice pump or nice high heel. And when you're in high heels and stuff like that, you're not gonna fight. Yeah, you think you're too pretty to fight. You want to dance, you want to sit down, you want to eat. You don't want to fight in heels. So to hear that all these black people, they be on cruises with regular this clothes on and they acting all ratchet, and I heard that they want to get rid of the fans. This fan don't do it, but my other fan do it. Yeah, my new fan don't do it, but I got another one and it actually do it. It do it a little bit. It's a girly fan. They want to get rid of fans and stuff like that because black folks done took it to the damn limit. And black folks don't think for themselves, and they think they gotta be cool and ratchet for the next black person that don't know them, or they gotta represent their hood or whatever. Like, that shit is just ignorant, and it saddens me that I hear that a bunch of black folks was on a fucking cruise and fighting. Like, you supposed to be at ease. You supposed to be having serenity and peace on a fucking boat. Why are you fighting? You supposed to be at ease. Why are you fighting? Like, you shouldn't be arguing with nobody. It shouldn't be no ratchet shit going on a boat. Not at all. Like, oh my God. But yeah. And I was speaking of schools earlier, how they would teach us certain things. I feel like they should put editing classes in schools for women and men. I said women and men, but boys and girls, so they can store that stuff in you young, so you can grow up and you have a sense of knowing how to act. You know, they should have some type of editing skills. And even with myself, hell, I was looking up some editing classes or some finishing schools. A lot of them was for kids, and I'm like, okay, my big grown ass want to go to finishing school, learn some skills to better myself. I don't want to be around a bunch of kids. They're gonna laugh. Like, so I just look up stuff online and try to better myself from there. And not saying that I act ratchet in public. I don't. And some people try to down me for my name or my YouTube channel, but I didn't already told you all. The name of my YouTube channel is for shock value and to get people to join it. And thank you for the 1300. I was about to say 13,000. I would love to have 13,000, but yeah, 1300. Because I remember when I was just struggling, I only had 1600, and I had 1600 subscribers for a long time, and I thought that number was never gonna go up, and it slowly went up. So thank you. And I may not be the best YouTuber because I just got a microphone and I got a little light or whatever, and I do shit in my house or whatever. But I just speak common sense. I just, tell you what's like on my mind and common sense from my point of view or whatever. I try not to be like no other YouTuber. I try not to bite their style or try to get anything from them. I got this fan. This fan won't be in all my videos. I got this fan because I just bought this. I saw it on Amazon. I thought it was cute. I thought it was gonna make that sound my other fan did, but it didn't. But I won't be fanning myself with this fan because I don't want nobody to say, "Oh, she trying to be like Messy Sweet Spot." Nope, I like her, but nope. This is fluffy and pretty. So I try not to be like nobody else but me, and I don't want to be nobody else but me. I like this. I am so damn goofy. I like this. I can't wait to go to church or any event where I have to dress up, and I have a reason to pull out this fucking fan. I am so goofy. I'm not even hot. I just want to do this. But anyway, I didn't put up my thoughts and opinions and everything. Ooh, the fur. Oh my god. Okay. It got on my lip gloss. Oh my god. Oh my god. But anyway, I done got on here and I done stated my opinion of how I feel about black people being on the fucking boat. And we gotta do better. We got to do better. Know how to act. You spending all that money because it's not cheap. You spending all that money to go get kicked off a boat. I do not want to get kicked off a boat. And that's what they're gonna start doing. And I wouldn't want to go to jail out of town or some strange town. I don't want to go to jail, period. But know how to act. And me personally, I try not to surround myself around ignorant people or people with low vibration or people. All you got to do is act like you don't like me, honey. And it's not me being scary or a pussycat. I am not gonna surround myself around people I think don't like me, just so it won't be a situation. You don't like me, I don't like you, so you go your way, I go my way. I have no problem with going in the opposite direction. You go your way, I go mine. That way we don't have to intertwine and we don't have to meet and we don't have to have any words. Like, but know how to act when you go out, know how to act. Don't act ratchet. You don't have to go on these cruises, spend all your fucking money, and go to jail or even get left behind. Like, Lord Jesus, know how to act. And speaking of knowing how to act, I was invited to a cookout yesterday. My uncle, I got two. Well, I got two uncles this week. Damn, I only have two uncles left. Damn. I was gonna say I got more than two uncles. Well, which I do. I have more than two uncles, but I only have two living uncles left. Damn. Well, my baby uncle, he had an event on the 4th of July, and I didn't go to that event. And I didn't go to that event because his wife family is trifling, and they act like they don't like me, and they want to jump me. They said that I keep up shit. I don't bother nobody. It's my mama that keep up shit. And even his wife had to say, she don't fuck with nobody. It's the mama that keep up shit. But I don't go around those people, even though they supposed to be cool now and they supposed to like me. Once a bitch show me she don't like me, I don't deal with her, because that's how you feel all along. And you was itching for a reason to come at me. So I don't surround myself around people that don't like me. So I didn't go to his family cookout, but I was told that everybody was asking about me. Why Vina don't come around? I said my nickname on camera, but anyway, why she don't come around? Why she don't come around? Oh, because you all are ignorant as fuck, and I don't surround myself with ignorant ass black folks. But my other uncle that's from Florida, they had an event yesterday, and they probably back on the road as I speak. They probably back on the road because my uncle told me they either gonna leave early in the morning or like sometime in the middle of the day. So anyway, and my mom, she was telling them on the fourth, well, you all want to see her, you'll see her tomorrow. And so tomorrow, that was yesterday, I'm speaking on the fourth and the fifth because today is the sixth. And I got to spend time with my Uncle Ronnie and his in laws, and I had a blast. I had a blast. And the environment, the energy, and everything was nice and beautiful. It was lovely. And I am not going to surround myself around nobody that dislike me or mad at me for some fucking reason or hate me. I don't surround myself around people like that. So that's how I keep situations down, arguments down, everything. I have a neighbor across the hall from me, and I think they Jamaican. And the reason why I say they Jamaican or African, um, well, they give me African vibes. They darker than me, and I'm not like color shaming or anything. I'm a dark skinned female. I love my black skin, so I don't want nobody like, oh, she down in black people, she down in Africans. But my neighbors across the hall from me, they very dark skinned. And I'm not saying I'm the best looking bitch and I'm all this and I'm popping and all that. Um, One day I was coming out of the house and my ride was out, and I mind my business everywhere I go. And she came at the house the same time I came at the house. So me being the person that I am, I spoke, and she jumped like didn't nobody supposed to come out my house like I'm just going by vibes. And she gave me a funny look. She threw up her hand real quick, like I pissed her day off. And she gave me like a weird look, and she was just looking at me all strange, like I didn't supposed to come out my motherfucking house. And so when I came out my house, she bought one of those cameras. I don't know if she thought I was breaking in or breaking out of my house. I don't know what this bitch thought. But I don't deal with them because they gave me weird vibes. I don't know if she put a camera up thinking I wanted her boyfriend or husband, but anybody that know me, you can say I'm color struck or what. All my men been lighter than me. Now I dated one guy that was my complexion, and that was the worst guy that I dated. And I'm not gonna blame it on his skin complexion. He was just an asshole. But yeah, she put up a camera and she watching my plays. Like I don't deal with people like that. Like, baby, you don't know me. I don't know you. I don't know what you feeling. But whatever you feeling is delusional, and it's delusion. People got the spirit of delusion. And she putting up shit watching me. I guess she think I'm a creep over to her house and fuck her ugly ass man. Baby, you got me wrong. And she probably never see this video, and she do, oh fucking well, yeah, you girl. And I stand 10 toes on anything I say or do. But anyway, point is, I don't deal with weird people that give me any type of weird vibe, any type of weird energy that you feel. And if I feel it and I feel that it's not right and it's not good and it's unnatural and it's strange and it's creepy, I don't bother with you. I don't talk to you. And if you feel some type of way, especially a lady, a woman, whatever you have in you, you feel towards me, I will never deal with you again. I mean, I said a lady, but a man too. Then you're not gonna fuck me up twice. You're not gonna mistreat me twice. I'm trying to get myself together now because it's a family member I want out of my life. I get tired of fighting with words and cursing with words, and you tearing me down and tearing me down, and trying to tear me down. That shit hurts. I get tired of it. So I'm not the one for negative activity, negative situations. I always try to surround myself around positive things, positive people, and positivity. I don't have time for the negativity. And I feel like if the world was more like me, they won't be having no ghetto ass cruises. And you can have a nice time without being ghetto. You can have a nice time without being ratchet. I want to go on a cruise one day. And I know because I'm a dark skinned female and I'm a little on the heavy side, I don't want to go on no cruise and people putting their guard up. She might be a troublemaker. No, I'm not. And I already got that rumor on me. I told you all, a coworker told me they heard I was a troublemaker. And I said, name three things. He couldn't name nothing. He started rubbing his bald head. And people will put a name on you just because the color of your skin or whatever. But you don't have to make it true. You don't have to make it true. You don't have to make it so. You can make a liar out of them and make them feel stupid. When you make a lie out of people, people feel stupid. They won't ever come up to you and be like, girl, you made me feel so stupid. You made a lie to me, da da da. They're gonna keep it to themselves because don't nobody wanna ever feel like they felt stupid because they lied on you. So anyway, I've been talking almost 40 minutes. I've been talking for 36 minutes and 20 seconds. And if you've been watching this whole fucking video, if you've been watching this whole motherfucking video, guess what? That means you fuck with me. And if you fuck with me, I fuck with you. Yeah. Only fuck with people that fuck with me. No negativity over here. And if you like my video and you like my content, cash at me because YouTube is not motherfucking YouTubing. YouTube is YouTube is not motherfucking YouTubing. And they say I don't have the watch hours. I have the subscribers, but I don't have the watch hours. So cash at me. Cash at me at S Flawless J1. Help a sister out. You know, I even got a little microphone trying to talk to you all. Oh, you hear me now. So I won't get no more uh, text messages from YouTube. People can't hear me. You hear me now. You hear me? Can you hear that? Can you hear that? Can you hear that? You hear me? You hear me? So you hear me now. And then the week will get better one day. Grow with me. We can look back at this and laugh. Anyway, if you like my content, give me a thumbs up, like my video, comment in the comment section. All that helps my channel because I wanted it to grow. I want a YouTube check. Boy, get a YouTube check. You gonna see my fat ass dancing. But anyway, cash out me because YouTube is not YouTubing at S Flawless J1. And that's my cash out. Help a sister out. And on that note, I am out because I've been talking almost 40 minutes. And ladies and gentlemen, my black brothers and sisters, when we go places, please know how to act. You don't have to act the ass. You know, people got cameras and videos and stuff like that. They can film you acting a fucking fool. And that fight that they did on that carnival ride, that's gonna be forever out there. They're gonna play that shit. And people always remember the bad shit you did. You can do one bad thing. Hell, you can do one bad thing and they act like you the worst person ever. They act like you can't make a mistake. So we gotta live like, when I say live like a proper celebrity, people like Janet Jackson, like you don't hear nothing bad about her. She don't put her business out there. And we gotta be like that as black folks, live like a proper celebrity or a proper uh, president, not the president that we have now. You don't really hear about a lot of ratchet shit that they do. X the one that we got now because he's an asshole. He is a clown. He don't count. But my point is, know how to act when we go out. Yeah, know how to act. Yeah, this I gotta figure out how to get rid of that or put some makeup on that or something. Oh, that's bothering me. I might be drawing attention to it, but that's bothering me. Damn, that damn fan. But anyway, know how to act when we go out. So we won't be looking like, oh, we the troublemakers and we keep up shit. We such bad people. Because not all of us are tacky. Not all of us are bad. A lot of us are good. And I want my people to know how to act when you go out. Dress accordingly. Don't be all out there all tacky and shit. When I go out, trust me, I'm gonna put some heat to this wig and I'm gonna cover up that. Even if I gotta put some makeup on it. But yes, know how to act. Black folks always the center of attention on doing something fucked up and stupid. So anyway, let me end this video. I am out. This time I'm out. Bye. Love you all and have a happy July 6th. Happy Sunday. Bye.